It's showtime.
What's up guys, Django Fett here to start a brand new series on the channel, podcast series, where I will be talking about different subjects, different topics on the internet. Today I wanted to be talking about the top 5 movies of 2018, and I am featured with my friend, Captain Awesome.
Hey guys, how you doing?
So Captain Awesome does a lot of comic book stuff on his channel, news related with movies, TV shows, and whatnot. So I recommend you please check out his channel on YouTube, Twitter, and yeah, please check that out. I'll put links in the description down below. So
Thank you.
Let us start with number 5. And Cap, since you're the guest, why don't you start it off?
Okay. Well, my 5th most anticipated movie of 2018 has to be the one and only DC Extended Universe film, and that is Aquaman, directed by James Wan, who directed the original Saw, The Conjuring 1 and 2, and Furious 7, which I don't actually like, but I'm putting that in there. But, you know, the movie potentially, if done right, could be a pretty fun action-adventure across the 7 seas. We will get to explore the lore and mythology of Atlantis, you know, example, sea monsters, Olympian warriors, ancient mythology, and, you know, much more, which has never really been explored ever in a comic book movie, and, you know, with a great and passionate cast, and, you know, many great practical suits and props and production designs and beautiful locations, it could be an excellent film. Or it could be a very terrible movie like most DC films, so wait and see, but that's my 5th one.
Yeah, you really hope that it ends up being a success and not a failure.
Yeah.
Alright, so my number 5 is Deadpool 2. As someone who just loved Deadpool 1, Ryan Reynolds and his excellent portrayal of Deadpool, something that we've been waiting for quite some time, taking years upon years to make and finally come out with. We finally have a sequel as well, in a short span. And we have Cable, played by Josh Brolin, of all people, to be playing as Cable next to Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. This was just a surprise casting, and I love it, so that makes me all the more excited to see what they will do with Deadpool 2, without a doubt.
Oh, hell yeah.
Alright, so number 4.
Okay. Right. Ironically, number 4 is actually the movie you spoke about, Deadpool 2, directed by David Leitch, who did John Wick and Atomic Blonde that came out this year. I haven't watched it, but I've watched John Wick, and that was an amazing film. You know, as you said, Django, the sequel to the hit first movie that was a global success last year in 2016. You know, I'm excited to see David Leitch's unique cinematography style, his incredible action sequence brought to the sequel. You know, obviously Josh Brolin, who is a badass actor, you know, he's played Jonah Hex, he's played Thanos, and many other, you know, great roles in his career. And I can't wait to see him as Cable, as he's one of my favorite, you know, X-Men related characters. Domino's also in the movie, which is cool. And they will be making their live action debuts on the big screen. And this is going to build up to, you know, the heavily anticipated X-Force movie. So I'm very, very excited to see the sequel next year.
And hopefully it paves the way for more successful movies like Deadpool, being rated R, and being of this witty, comedy, violent sorts.
Yeah, I agree.
Alright, so my number 4 is Tomb Raider. Now, we all know that video game movies get a bad taste. Well, they get really bad.
Assassin's Creed.
AKA Assassin's Creed. That is one great example.
Yeah.
But I will say that one that came out recently that I really loved was Warcraft. Completely underrated and made for the fans. So, you know, Tomb Raider looks to be the reboot of the Tomb Raider that came out like 2012 or so, of sorts, back with PS3 or Xbox or whatever. Great game, and I love the sequel as well. This movie is based around that reboot and looks to be almost a replica of sorts, and I love that. And played by my girl, Alicia Vikander. Oh yes. She is one of my favorite actresses of all time, by far. Not because she's just good looking, but, you know, the way she acts, for sure.
Oh, trust me, Django likes the way she acts, if you get what I mean. So, yeah.
Tomb Raider looks fantastic. Hopefully ends up being a great movie and paves the way for more video game movies as well. Please don't screw it up. Please, please, please. Number 3.
Okay, now, my third most anticipated movie is going to be a huge dark horse. Could be a surprise next year, let's just say that. And that is a movie directed by the legend himself, Steven Spielberg. You know, it's, you know, apparently potentially going to be a fun action-adventure set in a virtual reality universe. It could be a huge groundbreaking film that could be a huge game changer for Hollywood when it comes to movies going forward. Ty Sheridan is the main lead, and he was awesome as young Cyclops in X-Men Apocalypse. There's going to have a lot of 80s pop culture icons appearing in the movie. I don't know, this movie just feels very original to me, and I don't know, when I saw the teaser, it was pretty unique, and I got really excited, so I don't know, I have a feeling this could be a great film, or it could be a failure, who knows what wins. But I'm pretty excited.
I really don't know too much about the lore myself, but based around the book and the success it's getting, it should be an interesting movie.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay, so my number 3 is Ant-Man and the Wasp. As someone who loved Ant-Man and thought it was like the funniest movie ever before Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 came out, I just... Who would have thought that the actor who plays as Ant-Man, I forget his
Paul
name.
Rudd.
Yeah. The fact that he's known as a comedian, and you would think it wouldn't work in a Marvel scenario, but it fits in this movie and as the portrayal of Ant-Man completely. And you know, we're having Ant-Man and the Wasp in a movie together, played by Evangeline Lilly, who is just she's my girl too, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's gonna be after another movie we're gonna get to. It's the last of the Marvel movies coming out next year, I believe so.
Yeah.
And you know, a sequel to an acclaimed first movie that was, you know, really great. I really loved it. So you hope it keeps to that tone and success with the second movie, and ends up being just another great hit by Marvel. Cap, number 2.
Okay, well, we're about to get, you know, this is where things get serious. But, okay. Black Panther is my number 2, directed by Ryan Coogler, who directed one of the most awesome movies. I can't remember when it came out, I think 2015 or something, but it was one of the best movies of that year, a great soft reboot when it came to the Rocky franchise. Ryan did a great job on that movie, and Black Panther is one of my favorite characters of all time in the Marvel Universe, you know, and this is a movie that will explore the kingdom of Wakanda and the African culture, something very fresh and original. The movie looks visually beautiful in so many ways, plus Chadwick Boseman was really badass and amazing on his debut, Black Panther and Captain America Civil War, so I'm expecting, you know, something very, very, very new, very refreshing, and hopefully something that'll make a lot of Black Panther fans, Black Panther fans like myself, very proud, as I've been waiting for a solo film for a very long time, and to finally have it is a dream come true. So yeah.
Yeah, ironically enough, like, I didn't really know much about Black Panther going into Captain America Civil War, and I loved Captain America beforehand, but seeing that movie, my favorite character was by far Black Panther. Like, he emerged as the true star in the whole movie, with Chadwick Boseman doing an amazing performance as Black Panther. So yeah, I think our number 2 and number 1 are pretty much going to be pretty much the same for our top 5 list. It's because my number 2 is actually Black Panther as well.
Yeah.
Ironically enough.
Ironically, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much hit everything with Black Panther. I'm super excited for it. After Captain America Civil War, wanted to see a film of, you know, mainly Black Panther, and seeing him in the kingdom of Wakanda, and seeing like this whole amazing cast, you know, interact and do some badass stuff. And
Yeah.
we also got Andy Serkis as one of the villains. You know, I hope he really shines out. I know he will, because he did a great job in Age of Ultron. And that, I mean, he had a really small role, but in that little tiny role, he was fantastic, as he always is. And you know, I hope he doesn't like get outshined by the whole slew of other villains that are going to be emerging in this film, because I know there's going to be a lot going on in the film, and it just looks epic.
Yeah,
And,
agreed.
all right, Cap, you're number 1.
Okay, the big one, and the big one I think everyone's been waiting many years for. Avengers motherfucking Infinity War, let's just say that. Directed by the Russo brothers, you know, who did Captain America: Winter Soldier and Captain America: Civil War, both brilliant films. You know, this is basically going to be the biggest crossover event of all time. Thanos is my favorite villain, and he's pretty much the big bad when it comes to the Marvel Universe. He's up there with Galactus and a few of the other great Marvel villains. And the Infinity Gauntlet storyline is one of my favorite stories in comic book history. So to see the original Avengers, the new Avengers, the Guardians of the Galaxy, and some new characters, you know, cross over for the first time is going to be awesome and a dream come true. Plus to see them all team up against, you know, Thanos, and I think the New Order in it too. You know, Thanos' supervillain team from the comics is going to be badass as hell. It doesn't just feel like a Marvel, like, this is the thing, it doesn't just feel like an Avengers crossover event, it feels more like a Marvel Cinematic Universe crossover event, if you get what I mean, with most of the characters from the movies in the MCU in this. You know, there's going to be dramatic sacrifices, epic team-ups, you know, the action choreography that we saw in Winter Soldier and Civil War was mind-blowingly brilliant, so I can't wait to see what they're going to do in Infinity War. So this is officially my most anticipated movie, and I can't wait for this out of everything, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you as well. Number 1, Avengers Infinity War. I mean, how can you not be excited for this movie? The fact that it's all building up to this big moment right here. This huge battle between Thanos and the Avengers and Guardians and, you know, the whole slew of Marvel, you know, the Marvel cast.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what it's been building up to. I can't, you know, emphasize how excited I am for this movie. I'm speechless.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. They've been building, you know, 3 phases of so much, you know, symbolism and foreshadowing and just so much build up of each movie contributing to each other, and it's true. And if the event is, you know, worth it and there's a great payoff to this whole build up, then I guess my life as a Marvel fan will be complete. So, yeah.
And as much as I want to see that, I just want to see the little interactions between like the different cast members as well, with Guardians and Avengers, and you know, all of these characters just interact, and you know, seeing them go from there and, you know, become buddies or enemies or whatnot, like just the small things like that just would just mean more to me than the actual seeing Thanos, to be honest.
Oh my god, dreams are coming true, y'all! So, so yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, I mean, that's our top 5 right there. Top 5 movies for 2018. I knew it was super early that we came out with like a video for 2018, but you know, why not?
Yeah.
But let me know what you guys think of our top 5 list, what your top 5 list is in the comment section below, and what you think of the podcast. We still haven't even come up with a name. We'll have to figure it out eventually, but we'll see how it goes from there. But
Yeah.
this was just an experimental episode 1, and seeing how it goes from this point on. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you, Cap, for joining with me.
Thanks for having me on, and I hope we can do many more for the future.
Absolutely, and please check out his YouTube channel, Twitter, and whatnot. Links will be down below in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to please like this video, comment down below, and subscribe, and see you guys next time. Peace.
Bye.